Today is Tuesday, January 9th. It's just before 11 a.m. and today I am getting fitted for Invisalign. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while. Now, initially I was going to get it done at the end of this month because I thought our car payments were done, but it turns out there was a miscommunication with Nissan and they are not done. What happened was Nissan came and said, hey, we'll buy your car from you. And we were like, well, we'll think about it. And they had said, your payments are done in January, so it would be best, or would be done in January. So it would be best if you just trade in the car and get something else, and we can help you find something else. So for those who don't know, the car market right now is really shit. I said I would think about it. I double checked with Nissan Canada because it was our dealership that called us and they got the information completely wrong. We opted obviously not to trade in our car because we have a 2021 Rogue Platinum and we love it. It's great. It's perfect for us. I'm kind of pissed that it's a station wagon because my father drove a station wagon and I said I would never drive a station wagon, but we didn't find out it was a station wagon until we looked at the insurance papers like a year later, and I was just reading for fun and I was like, oh my gosh, this is a friggin' station wagon. So anyways, I'm still going to do the fitting because it takes a couple of weeks for the molds to, I guess, be analyzed. And then I'll come in for a consult and then I'll probably start the process. I have a lot of jaw issues and I grind my teeth in my sleep. I have broken through multiple mouth guards and it's not good. I actually woke up late as well. I'm going to see if I can stop in for a quick coffee and then hop on in and get my appointment done. If not, I'll probably hop in for a quick coffee afterwards. I need to drive to New Westminster because I have a whole bunch of errands to run today. Let's get the day started, shall we? Well, it's already started, but let's get the appointment started. You know what I mean. Why would we trade this in? I love it. It is my favorite. I remember when downtown used to be popping off, and now it just looks really sad and embarrassing. A little bit of an update. I ended up getting scanned for Invisalign, which was so crazy from what it used to be when I initially got braces. They take pictures essentially, or they literally scan. It is a scan of your teeth. The cool thing was I got to see how my teeth were. My teeth are pretty good. I brush with a Philips Sonicare brush and I find that it is significantly better than Oral-B. So if you do have the chance to invest in an electronic toothbrush, I always recommend to people to go for Philips because it does a significantly better job at cleaning your teeth, and quite frankly it's kept my dentist bills long term at bay, which is fantastic. I mean, we still have insurance, but even so, every time it's just like, clean bill of health, we'll see you in 6 months. I haven't had to have a filling done in over maybe close to 12 to 13 years. So it's been a while. So they scanned my teeth and they said that the treatment was pretty straightforward. Now I just need to figure out next steps. And I also need to file paperwork from insurance. So it looks like there's potential for this to be covered by insurance, but it's not 100% guaranteed. Pricing can be different in various regions. I'm not going to mention how much it is. I actually don't know how long the treatment will take. I'm assuming 18 months. I forgot to ask. So I did sneak a photo of my teeth. I'm going to put it in here somewhere. I didn't want to take a video because it seemed weird and I wasn't sure how much time I would have. Well, the nurse came in, she did the scan, and then my dentist came in to check to see what my mouth was looking like. He's also been okayed to do Invisalign treatment, and he basically said that, yeah, your treatment is straightforward, but your bottom teeth are starting to tilt, so we want to make sure that the roots are still straight, and they need to expand my bridge. I have been biting my tongue a lot the last year, so they have to make more room in my mouth. I was born with a lot of teeth, so this is no surprise. This has just been the same stuff. I had braces before. I lost my retainer. I don't know where the heck it went, and so now I have crooked teeth. I mean, the cosmetic part is nice, but it's definitely the fact that I don't have a lot of space in my mouth, and it really freaking sucks. I'm just gonna head home. Had a bit of drama this morning because John found a mouse in our apartment. Initially, I had thought I'd seen a mouse a couple weeks ago. I think it was last week or the week before. I'm like, I think I just saw something scurry under the stove. He was like, oh, it's probably nothing. Like, your eyes are probably playing tricks on you. And because it happened when I was opening the bathroom door that faces the oven, and I just assumed, at first I was like, I'm pretty sure that was a mouse. But after we talked, I was like, you know what? Maybe it was just a trick of the light. So not a big deal. I was probably just imagining things and so on and so forth. So he says he went to bed last night. He was planning to go to bed at 4. He got up and then he saw the mouse. Immediately I was like, yes, I'm not insane. But I was also like, oh my gosh, so where is it? He had a bit of a slip up with the items he was using to try to get the mouse. It's a complete accident. My guess is that wherever that wolf spider came in is probably where that mouse came in. We do live on the ground floor of a heavily wooded area. There's a park like 2 minutes from our place, you know, so it comes with the territory. So it's a little bit trickier to deal with. That being said, you can get mice on any floor. So John today, because it's his day off, he pulled the oven out just to make sure that there were no nesting materials. There was a bit of poop, he said, but he can't tell how old it is, obviously. Got some groceries, and I'm gonna head home and I'm gonna see where I can help because I took both key fobs as well. It meant that he couldn't do all the recycling and the garbage that he was supposed to do while I was away at the dentist. So I'm gonna go in, I'll probably have a bite to eat, and then I'll see if I can help him with all the recycling. Good morning. It is the next day. I think it's the 10th. I just don't understand why I'm so awful with dates. I don't get it. Today is I'm going to say semi-busy day. We are going to be doing a photo shoot with one of my clients. I am essentially running out of assets, or photos in layman's terms, but I do call them assets, to be able to use in their social media, and I don't want to recycle stuff over and over again, so I would like to get some new stuff for the new year. In case you're wondering what I'm putting on my face, it is the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. This stuff I've used for probably close to 15 years, not this particular packaging, but what it does is, for whatever reason, it's the only thing that keeps the oil at bay on my face. And I don't just use it on my eyes for eyeshadow, because my eyes crease when I do wear eyeshadow, but it's also great for, I find it's also great for my nose. I just make sure to really deep cleanse before I put any skincare on at night. I didn't fall asleep until maybe 6:30. I would close my eyes and I'd think, oh, I've probably slept a couple of hours. No, I'm hoping that today tires the ever-loving crap out of me and that I am able to sleep. So fingers crossed. Now, I had talked to John about going to Costco today because we need stuff. We usually do like a big, I forgot a spot. We usually do a big Costco shop every couple of months. Thing is, I don't think we settled on whether we actually needed to go, so we need to settle on whether we need to go. We have been using our vacuum packer more, just so that we can have food here at home and not go out as much. I think the only time we're gonna go out is in February for our anniversary, and we're not even going that far. We're going across the street for dim sum, which is great for me. That'll probably be on the list, on the docket for today. I just have a few more things to do for another one of my clients. That'll pretty much be the day, which is nice. And I also made the decision to start vlogging twice a week, or putting up 2 videos per week. And I'm probably gonna put my podcast on the back burner. I have not been enjoying podcasting, quite frankly. I just feel like it's the same thing I've done in radio, and it's time for something new. And quite frankly, this is quite new to me, and I'm having so much fun with it. So I think I have one more episode to put out. Once that episode's done, I am going to go on hiatus and just be like, we're done.
There seems to be this emerging, and I think this is where people, it's going to be the difference maker in the next 5 to 10 years. We'll see if I'm right. There are people who have significantly more access to YouTube than they do places like Spotify or YouTube Music. So there are situations like that where I've had a couple of people say, hey, thanks for posting your podcasts onto YouTube because it's more accessible for me. I do think that in the next 5 to 10 years, and I don't really know what it's like on the other side of the world, but especially around here, as more and more people move away from cable, I don't really know anyone who has cable anymore, except people who are like 50 and up. But people are going to be moving away from cable, and people are going to be wanting to use stuff that's accessible in terms of price. I think we're going to see a lot more people turning to YouTube for content, and that's where there's an opportunity there. Shimura eyelash curler. No, sorry, this is not the Shimura. This is the Shiseido eyelash curler. I like both. This is a bit more of my favorite over the Shimura one, just because my eyes are shaped a particular way, and I find that that one does a better job with my eye shape. Sometimes you just gotta put makeup on to feel a little more human, and that's how I was feeling today. So that's pretty much done. I'm going to down my coffee really quick because I think I only have 10-15 minutes before I need to leave and I need to blow dry my hair. So I'm gonna quickly do that.
So my understanding is,
I am back home, and by I mean we. John came to pick me up. Very, very nice of him. I told him what today's prompt was for my outfit of the day. Well, actually, no. I asked him to guess. So just for reference, here's what I'm wearing. I've got this orange shirt, which you would have seen at the start of today's footage. Just regular jeans, but we've got the flu vogs on. I had a video on the flu vogs a couple of videos ago, I think 3 or 4 videos ago. I said to John, man, I picked the worst prompt for today. And he was like, what was it? And I said, it's something that is inspired by an object in the house. And I said, I'll give you a clue. It is based in the, I didn't even finish my sentence. He guessed it right. This is what my outfit is based on. I could not think at all this morning because I was so tired. And again, I think I had mentioned in my earlier footage, I could not sleep. I got 2.5 hours of sleep. First of all, when I made these prompts, it was just random things. It was just, okay, pick random stuff and go with it. And there are some that actually surprised me in terms of how well I did. So the one yesterday was just square. And I ended up picking flannel, which was very boring to say the least in terms of when you look at some of the other outfits. It was like, eh. But today's was today's was literally inspired by something in the home, and it ends up being a Palmolive dish soap. You'd be surprised at where inspiration comes from. I find it everywhere as I'm working through, my day, especially if I'm doing some of the more creative work that I do. It's just really funny when you think about where inspiration comes from. I've had it come from everything from bread to steam, like water. Just accepting that your brain is going to think strange things sometimes when you're putting these things together and creating. I think that's half the battle of trying to be creative. We were going to go to Costco, but I think we're going to postpone it. I'm just going to get more work done, and I will have a bite to eat because I'm really hungry, and then work on something for one of my clients, and then I will start. Actually, no, I'm going to edit photos later tonight so that I can tire myself out and hopefully fall asleep by midnight. Hello, welcome to Thursday, January 11th. So, sleep update. It is a mixed bag. I ended up working until 4 this morning and was able to tire myself out to fall asleep and whatever. But I didn't wake up until maybe 12. So that's not good. I mean, it's good because I got a total of approximately 8 hours of sleep and I do feel rested, but now for some reason my timing is all off. So I want to scale that back so that we're back to like going to bed at 10. I'm gonna have my coffee. I made myself a strawberry and cream cheese sandwich. I've been thinking about it for the last 24 hours. I've just been craving it. I don't know why. So I'm gonna have that for my late breakfast lunch meal. And then that takes us to dinner. We had chili cheese dogs last night and they were so good. John nailed it, like knocked it out of the park as usual. And then I have some photo editing to do and a few other things for the same client for yesterday. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Nice, straightforward kind of day. And I do not want to be outside because apparently it's going to snow in the next couple of hours. This guy.
Prehensile tail.
Get this guy out of here. Woo!
Whew. Good morning. It is the 12th of January and it is effing cold. Like, this is actually insane how cold it is. The car right now is reading minus 14. It is, and it feels colder than minus 14. I'm pretty sure it is much colder than that feeling wise, but it is, whew, it is chilly. We were out of coffee at home, so dropped John off, went to go get coffee, and I also filled up because we were just about out of gas. So yeah, it's really, really cold out. Ooh, and the wind was just blowing as I was filling up. So anyways, I'm gonna get going because there's like this weird guy. I'm at the local Chevron, the gas station. So I'm gonna get going because it's very weird to be parked here and vlogging. But yeah, it's cold. It is super unfair how cold it is out there. And I hope that the people who are sleeping outside are okay. It's actually extremely cold. It gets cold, but it doesn't get this cold. It's the first time I think this winter that it's become this cold. At least I don't know if it was quite cold when we were away in Alberta, but it's really, really cold. It was insane yesterday. I decided I'm very happy that things kind of worked out the way they did because I ended up sleeping in. Not only that, though, there were a ton of accidents everywhere, and I think there was one part of Richmond, which is not far from here, there was a 25-car pileup. I didn't quite read how serious it was, but I'm sure post-production Ria will put something in, some kind of headline about what happened, just to give you a snapshot. It's just, I have no desire to be out anymore, and the snow really underscores that. So I did a lot of work at home yesterday, which was really great. It was probably my most productive day in a while. There wasn't snow on the ground, but obviously with it being minus 14 right now, and I'm sure it's much colder than, like, it's minus 14, but I think it feels colder than that with this Arctic outflow warning we've got going on. So I'm pretty sure they don't want people to speed, because there were some patches of ice. Now, we have winter tires on our car because we're not sadistic, and John came from a place, he grew up in Salmon Arm, where you had those crazy winters with a lot of snow. I feel like as I've gotten older, because of safety, I feel like it's an absolute necessity to have separate kinds of tires. So we do have winter tires for the winter. We have summer tires for the summer. And I have noticed that the conditions are more volatile, or have become more volatile in terms of ice and snow over the last couple of years in Metro Vancouver. So I'm glad that we have both sets of tires and we change them as required. We also do a lot of highway driving. So in British Columbia, I believe it's illegal to be on a highway without appropriate tires for the conditions, i.e., if you're driving on a highway in the winter, you need to have winter tires on your vehicle. For me, I'm like, anytime I can avoid being out in the snow, in Metro Vancouver, I would rather be out in the snow in Alberta or in Salmon Arm, because people know, I'm sorry, but people know how to drive in the snow there or in the ice there, because you get 1 inch of snow here and it's like people do not understand how to drive. It's really wild. My first Krispy Kreme donuts of the new year.
Isn't it satisfying?
Don't shake your head at me.
I'm a 33-year-old lady. I can do whatever I want. Within reason.
Well, that was a fun week of vlogging, a week-ish of vlogging. I am going to end it here, but thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next vlog. Bye!